As well, I'm kind of done setting up stuff and I end up doing little things around the house if I don't just go ahead and go live. So, and then I end up late. So let's see, do we have sound? Go live. We have sound. Okay, cool. We are ready to go. We're gonna be making paint. Supposedly Shrubs is in here. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Grace and Lottie's. I'm Elizabeth. You can see it's a messy pony kind of day. We're gonna be making paint. We're gonna be hanging out in my kitchen, doing the things. Shrub says first. Let's go ahead and I will show you right here. There we are. You see it's still set up for the thumbnail right there. Keeps my life a little easier. And music's here loud for me. In the right happy spot there. Okay, let's get my board right here. Today is gouache. Like I don't even know what I'm making today. I'm like, okay, where is my bottle? We got yellow ochre lights. We'll be starting there. Get everything out and together. And it's like my quarter teaspoon. My eighth teaspoon is put away. Oh no, it's just over here. I don't need a ton of these, I don't think. No, I don't need a ton of this. I just need a little bit more. So we're tiny amounts today, guys. Tiny, 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 teeny, tiny. Let's clean up my mess from the thumbnail. Get it onto the palette knife here. Hi, welcome, Grace and Lottie's. I make paint. My name is Elizabeth. You know, that's not confusing at all. I run a little business where I make paint and I sell paint. So that it's really just that complex. Um, I'm gonna go through the process with you guys. For those of you who haven't seen paint making before, it'll be a little bit weird. But this is like the process that's been like around for millennia. So I'm not doing anything new here. This is yellow ochre light, so it is an ochre pigment. There's one. I just need to make a little bit. Two. And then we'll do three here. Oh, I scraped out a little too much. Hold on, I see that comment. I will be there in just a second. We did a yellow ochre yesterday, and it was like really, really vivid. Hey, how long does the average paint to make? Okay, so average, like the amount I'm making right now, I will have made 10-15 minutes if I'm not streaming it. There are pigments that are a little more difficult to combine, and those can take upwards of like closer to an hour sometimes, just because they don't like to come together, or like I am this is calcium carbonate, by the way, so it makes gouache. But yeah, it's not super difficult. There's stages ahead of time that I'm not putting into that time. Like I make my own watercolor medium. I'll need to make more today. That takes like maybe, well, okay, I boil the water and have to let it cool. So that's a few minutes there. I boil it for 5 minutes. Then then the combination is like actually really fast of the items. So yeah, it's not the length of time comes in the patience that you have to let it because I do mine dry. These will be ready to paint with as soon as I am finished mulling them. But because I sell dry, you can only fill the container so much, let it dry, then you fill a little more and you fill a little more. And so you keep coming back to it. So that's why I make my paints into like these little containers right here. So that then, yeah, comes back. So that the drying period for different paints can take weeks to get a full half pan filled. But it's not like involved weeks. Like it's like, oh, I fill for like 2 minutes or whatever. And it just dry, dry, dry. And then my favorite part of the whole process is sourcing good pigments. I love doing like that research. So now we're going to make a volcano. See our cute little volcano there, guys. It's a lovely little volcano, isn't it? I'm going to wipe off the pigment and then we're going to get the binder. Is that kitty litter? No. This is just cobalt or sorry, cobalt, yellow ochre light. Sorry guys, I'm opening the wrong thing right here. I am going to be quite honest with you guys. I am like pre-migraine. I've taken the drugs that I needed. So I'm not like in pain or anything, but I have a little brain fog today because of that. So I caught it before it like fully kicked in, which is great. But if I seem a little a little slow or I pick up the wrong thing, we're dealing with a little brain fog today. There's one, two, and three right there. And this pigment isn't super thirsty, so it doesn't require extra medium. Yeah, they do. But my paint is made using local spring water. It's packaged without any single-use plastics. It does not require include any petroleum product or byproducts in it. So yeah, like I have a set of Blue Ridge that's getting ready to come out, where all of the pigments are sourced locally from the Blue Ridge Mountains. Yeah, but we were ending up with a lot of microplastics and things like that that I'm trying to avoid in the byproducts. Now we mull, and mulling is how we combine the binders and the pigments. I think it's kind of a similar color. The hard thing is that I'm using my iPhone right now, and so it has a different the color doesn't come quite through. I think it comes through a hair more like vivid yellow. And honestly, I think it looks more like pancake batter in real life than it does on the camera. Okay, so just mull for a little bit. You know it's done when it becomes really smooth. It is fun. I really enjoy it. It's very relaxing. And you end up, so what happens when you combine paint colors to make colors is they end up losing some of their saturation, and you end up like they get muddy. I don't know if you've ever noticed this, like the more you blend colors. And so by using pigments that are that actual color, they stay a little more vivid. So you see this is starting to get a little more smooth. Let's just see a couple of clumps in there that I'm going to get out. This is the paint making process that's been used for millennia. So if you want to make an oil-based paint, all you're doing that's different is the yellow, the pigment that I just used, you combine that with linseed oil or walnut oil. And that makes oil paint. So yeah, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day where you are. It is a sunny, bright, and beautiful day here. We have a chance of storms tomorrow, and I think that's probably why I'm fighting a migraine today. I'm not in any pain, but I may have a little brain fog. I'm talking to you guys. I'm trying to keep it together. But the paint still needs to be made to get ready for the next market. Need some chocolate. I would if I had good chocolate here. All I've got is like really cheap cut chocolate. So the type that would not have any medicinal benefit. I can say that for sure. So, but I'm feeling better. Like I caught it. I'm not like mine are not too difficult to handle. And I've caught it before it went on. I was like, well, I'm just feeling tired this morning, a little draggy. And then I got the my ears suddenly felt like I was like in a hole. I'm like, oh crap, that's what this is. So caught it before it got bad. But it did mean I had a I did allow myself a slow morning. Like I was not trying to push myself. And I have a music rehearsal I need to be at tonight. So I was like, I have got to be ready to go. I bought a bunch of broken Easter bunnies at Walmart for setting up. Yeah. Oh, so our son currently works at Dollar Tree. And this was the score of the day yesterday. The lady we just went to visit him. We were trying to like say hi, be good parents, right? Say, hey, how's it going? And he like we see this lady who has 3 carts full of stuff. And it's like all candy. Well, Dollar Tree had put all of their Easter candy marked down to a penny a piece. And so we went in, and this lady's like getting the Sour Patch Kids. She had good candy in her cart. She picked out all the good stuff. So we just got a couple of little chocolatey things and we paid 20 whole cents for it. And we gave some to the kids next door. when we got home. We're like, here, this was really cheap. We were being silly. We don't really need the candy. So that was fun. They thought we were really cool because of that. But if you have a Dollar Tree near you, that is the deal right now that I suggest going and checking out. But yeah, most of them were I know they're not the best chocolate. They are designed for kids' palates. I have a recipe that makes like little protein, and they're actually really good for you, like little snacks and stuff. And it's like pistachio and like they're really good. I need to find it. It's got good stuff for you in it. Okay, this guy's almost done. You can see this one comes together pretty easily. But thanks for the jewel, whoever just donated that. It doesn't show me who did. I just see it. But thank you. It's appreciated. I am going to be testing my first round of shipping. So if you want to be part of that test, you need to join the Discord and shoot me a message over there with your address so I can send it to you, because that's the whole point of a shipping test is I need your address to send it to you. Not because I'm collecting it for any list. Trust me, I'm not that fancy. I just need to know where to ship it, and it'll be free. You're just agreeing to let me know how it arrives as part of the shipping test. So you'll get one of the sample dot cards for free and be one of the first people. I know that Addictive Red is part of it. I've got a couple of other people who have signed up. So if you're interested, I'll show them in a minute. And the dot cards are my entry level product. They have 12 little sample sizes of paint on there, so you can paint a little bit with it, see what you think before you invest. Because these are artist grade. I am priced competitively with artist paints, but they are not Crayola level. Like these are pigmented to the point where they fall under that. So there we go. I think this guy is done. Yellow ochre light is done and dusted. Let's get it in the bottle. Shrubs. Like seeing what the thing was. Yeah, if you're enjoying it, this is relaxing. It's a fun thing to get to do. If you're enjoying it, go ahead and give that a double tap for a like. If you technically double like, you unlike, right? Um, because you're hitting the like button once and you hit it again, it unlikes it. But give that double tap if you're on an iPhone. It really does help out quite a bit. Go last a little bit. And I didn't need a lot. This is for dot cards. Dot cards don't require a ton of paint. There we go. There is yellow ochre light done. And we'll move over for our first sync time of the day. I shake to when I do this to combine because there was a little bit left in there. Combine the two batches. Mix it all up. Next, I do one of my favorite colors. I really like Italian dark ochre, and it's next up on the list. Oh, move you guys over for sync time first. Again, working slow today, guys. Bear with me. And I did not clean the sink. Okay, let's get my daughters. Moving mixed stuff out of here. Normally have this stuff out of the way. There we go. There we go. I like that one because it's not messy. There's so many of the paints that are messy. That's not a messy one. Enough of them are messy. So you told them about the haul yesterday? Yes, I did tell them about the haul yesterday. Our 20 cents. Oh, we got to go get the Italian ochre pigment. Oops. Our kitchen is almost done. See, look at the ceiling right there. There's no hole. There is no hole. See, no hole. We had a bad water leak. I need Italian dark ochre right here. Got it. Okay, back into the kitchen. Plug her back up. Now to dry off all of my things. Muller, dry. Mulling plate. There's the mulling plate. And palette knives. Clean off these over here. Okay, that is done. Drink a coffee. Shrubs was with me for the haul yesterday. Okay. Whew. Focus back here. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing. This is Italian dark ochre right here from Natural Pigments. Two, three. Then we need the calcium carbonate because it is gouache. Gouache is fun to say. It really is a fun word. If you're watching at home, you want to say it, just say it out loud. You'd be like, that is really fun to say. Gouache. Okay, time for the calcium carbonate. Keep doing that. This. There we go. I like doing this. I so love doing that. Making it go splat. That is part of my fun. This. And as normal, I did not set the phone back. I never set it back in like the same position. I try. I really do try, guys, to get the phone back in the same position where I had it before. It is never close as much as I would like it to be. So now I combine the two. If I combine now, it's a lot easier. It takes forever mulling to combine them. I'd love to know what everybody's up to on their Wednesday. What are you doing right now? Or what have you done too? What did you do? What are you doing? What will you do? We could do all the verb tenses. What would you have done? What would you do? What can you do? Okay, make our volcano. Volcano achieved. Don't want to leave any pigment. Wipe off my measuring spoon. And now we get the binding medium. Eating peppery radish. Shrubs loves a good radish. So we just need 3 of these. Uno. Dos. And trace. There we go. Get all the drops out. You guys want a good drop? Let's see if I can get one more good drop out here for you guys. It's trying to come together. Look, there it is. There it is. It's coming. It's gonna be another drop. Drop cam. Here we go. There we are. One more drop. Palette knife it together now. So we did a light ochre, now we're doing a dark ochre. Okay, now we scrape her off. Clean the palette knife. There we go. And now we mull. Now we mull, everybody. It is mulling time. Right now I'm mulling. In case you're curious what this is, I am making gouache paint. It's similar to watercolor. Uh, and I am right now, I'm mulling, which combines the pigment and the binder and the binding medium. Hope everybody's having a good day. Okay, this is coming together pretty well. Paint is mulling. I really do like this color quite a bit. It comes out a little brighter orange for you guys. For me, it's a little less saturated and a little more red. Not a lot, but more into that ochre brown range. Today we are a little more chill than normal. But I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day where you are. It is absolutely beautiful outside. The sun is shining. There's a little bit of a breeze, so I'm watching the leaves just dance a little bit. Everything is so green. For me, green is comforting. I know that people live in different areas. And for one of my cousins who grew up in California, everything being green was really unnerving to her because to her, like kind of the base color was more browns. And growing up, in the East Coast area more so, when I moved to California, the browns were really hard for me. So we were like the exact opposite just because of what we were used to and what felt normal and comforting. So we had fun talking about that. Yeah. We're about combined here. I'm not really seeing any more little clumps because nobody wants chunky paint. I think this is looking great. Like I'm actually really happy with this. It's nice and smooth. I think feels good. Just double checking some areas here with my Muller. Or I call this one done and dusted. There we go. This one is finished. Another color done. It is time to put it in the bottle. And we do have a brown. We're going to be working on Castle Earth. Technically, Castle Earth is a black. I kind of mentally put it in the darkest of browns. I like to ladies out there and some gentlemen, you will understand this. I group this one as like your brown black mascara. It sits kind of at the beautiful junction of both colors. To where, yeah, it's dark, it's black, but it's not like, because it's a little more muted, a little more brown, it blends a little bit better into things. So not quite as jarring. Made my Muller. I'm gonna mull this out one more time just because there was some bits on my Muller that needed another mulling. Like I'm seeing it like it kind of held it, and I don't want those to be clumps in the paint. We're gonna give her one more go around. It'll be fast. I'd rather it be good than it be fast. Give her one more good mull. But yeah, I'm enjoying a lovely day here. I have a music rehearsal later. For those of you who noticed in the living room, yes, that was a cello. I played the cello. So I will be going and playing the cello. Just heard the door open. I have a feeling that Lottie has coerced my son into letting her go for a good run in the backyard. She is good at that. Yeah, I'm glad I did this. I do feel that little bit of needing just a little more coaxing together in the Muller. I know you guys probably don't see it at all, but I can feel the little bit of grit that's coming together right now. Smash that little guy. Just like you can smash the like button, guys. If you're enjoying the paint making. I know it's pretty relaxing to watch. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we are. Now it's done. It is totally combined. Take a sip of the coffee. Ah, don't waste the paint. Don't waste the paint. I accidentally got some over the edge there. Wasting the paint, guys. Yeah, this is not got little chunks in it. This is much better. Okay. Whoop. Well, let's get her in the bottle. Okay. I know my stuff disappears. Like, why does this feel so weird? So it feels weird. Everything feels wrong. I'm trying to like find a good placement. That should be a good placement right there. For you guys to be able to see and me to be able to see. We both need to be able to see to make this work. There we go. One more done and dusted. Right there. Shake it up. Hey, Mary, welcome in. Hope you're having a great day where you are. I'm shaking my paint together here. Oh, there's still a little more on the palette knife. Let's clean that off and get that in here. I didn't look at the back. Look at the back. Look how much is still there. That's a lot of paint, guys. I'm having trouble getting this combined. I've tried to get this last a little bit. So maybe I can scrape together a little bit more here. Normally I can get this together. There we go. That little bit of paint. Who knows? That might be the difference for what I need. Now it's in there. Still shaking. Shake, 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 shake. This were one of those little like Lowe's shakers would be like incredible. But like a mini one. I don't need a giant one. Yeah, that's coming together now. Okay, time for sync time. Mary, maybe use some sort of rubber tool together for the rest. Yeah, it's one of those, it's a hard call because most of this now, because it gets so thin it dries. Like it's dried on my finger right there. I made a mess on me. Um, that it's like that balancing act of getting it off with a rubber tool. But yeah, like I've been trying to figure it out, like getting it the best, but that's an idea. I don't have a good rubber tool for that.
Yeah, most of the things that have been rubber or so like that I've tried to use with paint have ended up mainly because I was trying to use them with the dried pigment, ended up being way more difficult to work with than you would think. 'Cause, like, I had a silicone funnel that I thought would be great for getting pigment into the container so I can store them better. That just ended up like wasting a ton of pigment and being more difficult. And then I do have metal funnels. Those work pretty well. But the amount of paint that then sticks to them that I end up losing if I use that to put the paint in the bottle that right like I just did isn't worth the teeny bit of time. Hey, yeah, squeegee. So it was dark ochre, and dark ochre is a PY, so it's a yellow. It's a 4-3. Yeah, it's PY 4-3, which is technically a yellow. We have Castle Earth coming next, but we're gonna do something a little bit different because I this is like the last paint I need like right now in this moment. And so we're gonna go fill little palettes, the ones that are fun. So I've got to get all that together here in a second. So I know you missed it. It's okay. We have one more paint left. Red. We didn't have a red today. I did. I'm going to show you guys something though. I did something last night. I worked late last night, and that's probably why I'm fighting a migraine today. Right here, I'm taking you guys off of the thing. Look, see these guys? Those 4 gouaches. I did those last night. I did not do those off camera. Those are going to be the shorts for this week. So I have some shorts. I've got them all filmed. I haven't edited them yet. So, but yeah. So the Blue Ridge colors will be our shorts. Because I thought about it, I was like, I did those I needed to mix them again. I still needed to mix them. And I was like, I need to get them. And I don't want to do the next stream the next day because I needed to get them done. I didn't want that to be, guess what? We're doing the exact same colors again, guys. That just sounded pretty awful, personally. So yeah, I did those as shorts. They will be coming out this week at different times. I'm going to try to have one out today. It depends on my timing because as I said, people have heard I do have a music rehearsal tonight. I'm going to be playing my cello and I need to practice. So I'll be going to do scales and arpeggios later. I've got to practice key of A, key of E. So okay, there we are. There are those. We got to go get Castle Earth. I don't have Castle Earth in here. Let's go get Castle Earth. We can put away our yellow ochre light too while we go in there. We're going to the studio. Okay, guys. Shrubs is saying because of my last 2 Amazon shipments that I am now starting to collect large Amazon boxes. I do not think that I'm trying to make that my new collection or hobby, but that is what he is saying. Okay, Castle Earth is right here. Castle Earth should be on the top. Roman Black should be down here. They were in the wrong spots. Here we are, Castle Earth. Double tap that screen, smash the thumbs up, and ding that bell. That is right, Brad. My stand-in tuner have arrived? Cello bits. I ordered cello bits yesterday, guys. Because my tuner that I had for years, like I had this tuner for almost 20 years. disappeared. And I was really, really upset because it was a cheap tuner, but it worked and I liked it. Like, and that's like, what more do you need, right? So I actually ordered an instrument specific tuner. I ordered a cello tuner. Maybe, maybe if we hit light goals today, I'll let you guys meet Ellie, my celly. Yeah, my cello's name is Eleanor, also known as Ellie the celly. So I'm not the best cellist in the world. I do not pretend to be, but I like to play. Okay, Castle Earth. My coffee's getting cold. I'm sorry. I want a better drink to end on than what I just had before I work. That was like a non-exciting drink. It's a little bit warm it up. I didn't want to take a whole lot because it's just gonna sit here and I don't want that to get cold too. Guys, this is gonna be another large Amazon box. I'm just realizing. Because the stand. I'm really getting good at large Amazon boxes, guys. I'm not buying expensive things or a lot of things, but like it's the little metal tins for my paint palettes and stuff like that. And when you are getting like 100 of them, they take up a lot of space. Okay, Castle Earth. We need 3 of these. There's 1. There's 2. And we'll get 3 here. There we go. Okay. Next, do we do the calcium carbonate? Because that's what makes it gouache. Here's calcium carbonate. I have it. It's actually in a bigger thing downstairs. This is my little desktop version of my calcium carbonate. Ready? My favorite part. Oh, come on. Do your flirt. I tried to lay. I had one. I'm gonna let you guys know. Oh, it landed on the back. You guys didn't get to see it. It's not as good. I had one yesterday that like landed perfect. I was so happy. I was like, I got it on camera. I was like, it made the most beautiful splat. I was very, very, very happy by it. I made Shrubs come over and look at it before I ruined the splat because I was so happy with it. Painting my pigments here. I bet there are people on the internet whose whole thing is making things out of cardboard boxes because I think everyone has more cardboard boxes than ever before. I do agree with that. And I would be lying if I said that Shrubs and I had not looked at like one of those like little cardboard table saws, and things that they have out there because they seem like so much fun for what they can make. Oh, but I'm sure they're also like the whole cool thing is too with the little like the cardboard things like that making my volcano, guys, by the way. Um, it's like you can do prototypes with that too. Like to help you like see proof of concept. Because if you're like me, it's one thing to like design something like on a computer. It's another to like actually have something like physical I can touch and see. um, for understanding whether it's something I want to make or binding medium, just standard watercolor medium right here. And 3. Oh, yeah, those little cardboard cutting juice log tables. Yeah. I think we would probably have fun. Shrubs loves being like a silly maker like that too, like with little things. 7 more likes to 20. Okay. After we mix this color, we'll go get the package because I need to at least get the tuner charging because it's a rechargeable tuner. Oh, I forgot this guy needs a little extra. This is the thirsty guy. Give it a little extra love. There we go. You'll see in a minute. It's like it'll come together and it'll look like a normal, like all the others look. Because it takes a little more. Most of the dark browns and blacks do. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but when you're using color pencils, especially like better grade ones, the 90% gray pencil will feel kind of gross. Yeah, I'll open it. I'll let you guys see what I got. I mean, it's not super exciting. These are necessary little items. It's 2 music tuners and a cello stand. If I got it in early enough, it may be the reorder of something, but I have a feeling that's coming later because I ordered the wrong size tin for a second time. I'm sure it'll be great. It'll be it's exciting for me. I know it's like most people will be like, yay. But yeah, this is my life. I I work from home. I live stream because I work by myself and I'm a big extrovert. And so this allows me to like have coworkers. Hey Karen, welcome in. This is my coworker workaround. Like you guys come and hang out and get to be my coworkers while I'm working. I'm hoping that now that I've kind of gotten this kind of all running, that soon we'll be able to like make fun custom colors. You guys will help me. It'd be like my R&D team. How does that sound? Does that sound like fun? We'll get to sit here and you guys can like say, hey, try to make this color and we'll see what we create. Because there are certain shades that are composite shades that I want to create. Like I don't have a good like periwinkle type blue that I think would be really nice to have. Do you ever do metallics or iridescence? Currently, no. And I will explain my reason right now is I haven't been able to find a good source of mica, which is what's used to make those types of colors, that I know is ethically sourced, not using child labor. So that is once I find it, yes, I will have it. I'm not against mica pigments. So yeah, so that is why right now, no. Become more chocolate pudding. I'm not even gonna attempt to say your username. We're just gonna call you Z. Yeah. This is Castle Earth. It is a great it is I consider it the brown black mascara of my paints. It's a really good color. Super useful, super versatile. Good workhorse. I think if you ate this, number one, it would be gross just eating it, period. It would taste awful. Would not like you don't need to call poison control, but it would be gross. You would be so disappointed if you, especially if you thought this was chocolate pudding at first. So I almost feel like looking at this, uh, like besides chocolate pudding, I think this is like the color of like a baked chocolate lava cake. This is gonna make me hungry. We were talking about food yesterday, like we were comparing again, guys. I avoided a migraine, but I still have the migraine fog today. So just know that I'm trying to speak. I'm trying to use words. But we were comparing the thickness to different condiments to like what type of consistency is a good consistency for the paint. So yeah. But yeah, having fun, guys. It is like actually a really lovely Wednesday. It is a wonderful one. That's why your texts were brief earlier. Did I get okay, Shrubs, this is gonna tell you how much brain fog. I don't remember actually oh, I sent you one text. I'm realizing that like, did I actually send a text? I think I only reacted to text. I did send a text and it was really brief. Yeah. Yeah, migraines are the worst. Yeah, fortunately, this one I had plenty of like before it got to like the hurt and like debilitating part, I caught what it was. And if I take drugs, I'm good. It's just I'm a little foggy. But Shrubs knows that like for some reason they affect my like speech. And it's not like I have trouble thinking to speak and processing. It's like I could watch a video or something and keep track and be okay. But like if you come to me and say something and then expect me to formulate an answer back, it's really, really tough. It's like, please just don't talk to me. Don't make me think a response back. So, but yeah. So doing fine. Like I'm foggy. That's all. Oh, I think it's that probably, yes, you would know better than I would on that one. Like I formulate the response, but it doesn't actually come out. So I wonder how many things I've thought I've said on stream today then that I haven't actually said. Wonder why the chat's so quiet. Not surprised, Karen. You're the same way. Karen's my mom, by the way, guys, in case you didn't know. She's my mom. Uh, but yeah. And it's funny because I'm not super light sensitive. Like that, like if I go light sensitive, we're in catastrophic levels of migraine at that point. That's just not the way mine work. I tend to go more light sensitive, like I'm getting the flu or something. But yeah, it's the whole like speech centers just go weird. But I was beating myself up this morning a little bit because I was like, "What? You're dragging. You're being lazy. You need to get up and do things," and not realizing why I was dragging. And I was like, "Oh, that's why you're draggy this morning." And so I had to apologize to myself. You were not being lazy. You just had an additional obstacle this morning that you did not see or understood. It's yeah. Oh, you understand that one. Like, yeah, it's like, oh, but no, that's not. I know some people like light sensitivity is like the first thing. Like, nope, not for me. And honestly, like having a TV on or something like that with a little bit of sound going, again, so I don't have to process something to say back, helps me a ton because if I am just stuck alone with my thoughts, that's going to get even worse. Good morning. What am I doing? You may ask what I am doing. Rich, I am making paint. This is a gouache. It is Castle Earth. It is as you can see, it says PBK, which means it's a black 11. I think of it as like the brown black, like mascara of the paint world. It kind of sits beautifully at the intersection of both colors. But making gouache, I'm going to show you guys how I package it here in a little bit because we are going to sit down and package paint for a little bit. You're just going to get in on that. But I am mulling the paint right now, which is where you combine the pigment with the medium. And this is watercolor medium right here. And what makes it gouache is the addition of calcium carbonate, just a teeny bit, and that makes it a little more opaque. But mulling paint is millennia old. It's the way that of combining the pigment into the medium and the binder that makes it basically, okay, what's the word? Okay, guys, here's the migraine right here. I'll get the word. It's going to come. I think it begins with an S. Oh, it's not coming. It makes it to where it stays in solution. Okay. I'm going to like describes where like it doesn't separate back out. Like the pigment is then bound and held. An emulsion. There we are. Makes it a full on emulsion. It had an S in it. So the binder combines with the pigment. If I was making oil paint, it would be the same way, where I just instead of the watercolor medium, I would add in linseed oil or walnut oil. Or more like emulsion. Yes. So sturdy. Thank you. Yes. Cohesive. Thank you for trying to help me. I didn't look at chat. That would have been helpful. Yeah. There are a crazy amount of recipes out there online that you can find to make a watercolor medium. Old like art masters too used to have to make their own paints. Like they just didn't go to a store and buy paint. In the history of man, that is a fairly new invention. Like with like Winsor Newton and all of them being like the first groups to actually sell pre-made paint and not just pigments. Wanted to try this. Oh, I have done it with wildflowers. I can show you guys some of the stuff I've made here in a minute with them. I did that back in some live streams back in March. We had a good joke about it because I was just gathering like what was in my yard. So like our neighbors probably think I'm nuts out there picking all the little wildflowers, but I made some. How long does it take to blend it? What I just did right here, if I'm not distracted by a stream, anywhere like to mull because they just don't want to combine, especially the ones that are hydrophobic, like alizarin crimson. Indigo is a little more difficult. A couple of other shades. So Prussian blue is notoriously difficult. Makes a great paint, but it just takes a lot longer, a lot more work. So let's get this guy into the bottle and we can go get my package that came, which is not even remotely related to painting today. So yeah. So not Bob Blob. That is actually really fun to say, guys. If you have not said his username out loud, I rep it and do it. But goddess, that's how that does it. I want to say everybody's names because all of your usernames are so fun. So Starling. So I'm gonna need to mull this out one more time. It's gunky on my muller. We'll give it one more good go around and that'll combine it just like we did the last color. This is my last mulling for the day. Then we're doing other stuff. Because believe it or not, I don't just stand in my kitchen at all times. Thank you, Mackenzie. Thanks for sharing. Okay, cleaning off the muller. We'll get this all combined in. I'm sure you technically could overmull a paint. It would take a lot. So, not blah blah. Oh my gosh. Do you read blah blah blah's blah blah? That is fun, guys. Also, I'm going to show you in a minute once we go over to the desk too. The dot cards that we are getting ready to jump into the shipping test for those. And so joining the Discord and shooting me a message there with your address is the best way. That would be a lot to overmull a paint. Yeah. Um, I'm sure it is possible. But when you join the Discord over there and you shoot me a message, I am sending these out for free to test. I just need your address to be able to send it to you. And that is the safest way I can think to get addresses where you're not posting them on the internet for everybody to see. And then that way, all I ask of you with that is that you let me know how it arrives. That's my shipping test. Like it is exactly what it sounds like. Halfway to touching grass. We touch grass at 25, guys. We go out with Lottie in the backyard and we get to touch grass. There we go. This looks lovely. It feels good too. It feels nice and creamy. Like you don't want it to be watery, right? It needs to have a little bit of body to it, but you don't want it to be thick, right? I don't think the arm could do it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. My shoulder would probably be dead. It's already really tired from the extra. Like doing 10 paints yesterday, that's a lot in one day. So what am I crafting, Rivka? I am right now making paint. This is gouache. Color is Castle Earth. Getting ready to bottle it right now. I run a business where I sell watercolor paints and gouache paints at markets. I'm going to be going into other art supplies soon. Getting ready to open an online store where you can get a couple of things. I'm trying to do my business without any debt. So it's like I have to do steps. So the first step is the dot cards because I can sell those. It's going to take a little bit more of an investment to get boxes to be able to send the pallets. So it's one of those, it's like, okay, step by step. Although Shrubs and I have been like investigating some other creative ways. There we go. What's the paint used for? So this is art paint, like gouache and watercolor. So for creating art, this isn't like furniture or anything like that. Yeah, I think we're looking at some tools to even make our own boxes. Like I can design the box. I've designed every other bit. So yeah, this isn't like home paint, like for painting your house. It is meant for paper use, this one. I am going to be moving into, this is the one I'm excited about. The art crayons. I want to figure out a way to create something that feels like a Crayola crayon, but colors like an artist grade level of supply. So, like what you wanted your crayons to kind of look like when you created with them and wanted them to do, but couldn't get them to do. Does that make sense to everybody? So that is the one thing I'm going to start working on. This is the first thing I needed to learn to make to be able to like have the understanding to move into the next level. Now that I understand this process, the next process will be the next step. You see how thick that still turned out, even though I added the extra on that guy. Okay, we're going to move over to sync time here in just a second. Everybody's favorite moment in the stream when we get to clean. Okay. Let's get you guys over to the sink. There we go. I've got quite a bit to clean, so I'm going to go ahead and clean it all up. Here. There's both palettes. Always be careful when cleaning your palette knives. You don't want to end up giving yourself basically the equivalent of a paper cut with one. It hurts really bad. 0 out of 10 do not recommend. Okay. Need to clean this guy. I didn't use paintbrush. I didn't use these guys. I can put them there for now. Guy. This guy. There we go. We've cleaned. Now to get the package. So, can it be used like color pigments like mica powder for resin art? This would not be good for resin art. The powders, because they're powder pigment, will work somewhat. I don't think they will combine as well as the one specifically done for resin art, but because this binder right here, um, right here is water-based, I think it would act horribly with resin. Rivka. Jeremy, that is a paint muller. It's used for making paint. You use it to basically you smash your paint, your binder with the pigment together. They come together, and then it makes paint. But yeah. A little bit of extra coffee here before we go downstairs. This is a big box. I might have big covered up. Yeah. Okay, so next, let's go get the package. Where is Lottie? downstairs. Lottie, are you down here? Come here. There she is. Here she comes. There's our Lottie. Hi, Lottie. Come on. We've got a package, supposedly. Okay, it says it's delivered. Okay. Do you want to go up and run? Go run? You can go run. I don't see it out here. Okay, maybe it's at the front desk or front door. I don't have a front desk. I have a front door. We'll go upstairs and look. They also like to check in our packages and say that they're delivered when they make it to the post office here for some reason rather than to your house. Oh, there's a package right here. Okay, if this is it, it is way too light. I'm going to say that. This may just be the tuners, and that's okay. You guys wanted a box opening. Here we go. LOL. Let's see. Should be. If the stand is in here too, it is way lighter than I expected. Yeah. Oh, the stand is here. It says, I'll turn it this way. Very clearly, cello stand, in case you were wondering. Okay, so only one of the tuners came, the one I need first. That's okay. Here's our cello stand. The address, I purposely opened it with the address on the bottom, shrubs. So since I knew nothing, okay. There we are. It's super kind of boring. It's like a guitar stand. I have to put my. I doubt it. If there's another one, it's tiny. It would be in the mailbox, and I'll get that later. There we are. There's the cello stand. It just sits right here. I had to put my pen in to be able to sit right here. And here is my tuner, which is really small too. I'll go ahead and get it charging. Wow, Sarah is in here. Look at all this. Like, there we go. It's coming out the other side. Like, I can't. There we go. Okay. So there's the little cord to charge it. And this guy, I'll show you guys. The other tuner comes Friday. Okay, cool. This will just sit right here. It clamps onto my bridge right there. So that while I'm tuning, I can see. Sorry, I'm not showing you guys very well, but it just clips on the bridge right there. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. Okay, so let's go plug her in. That way she'll be nice and I already have a US. I think it's the exact same cord that came with our light shrubs. I gotta turn on the light switch right here. This is my charging station. We'll plug her in. Where is the charging port? the charging port is like, look, guys, the charging port is like really in a, there we go. It's charging. Okay. We'll let that sit and charge now. So I'm excited about it. The other one is just a standard chromatic tuner that will just like pick up in the air. So I'll set that right here next to Ellie. Clean up my mess. More boxes. Again, I'm collecting way too many boxes. I'm going to figure out a fun use for all this cardboard. Although we do take it to the recycling. Our county has easy recycling for stuff like that. So, okay, next step. Next step is these guys. We're going to make little palettes right here. I'm going to try to get you guys a good view right here. So these right here are Earth and Ochre palettes, little 6s. And I'm just going to sit and fill these guys now. Aren't they cute? These are my little 6s. And I like curate like 6s. So also when I was talking about the dot cards, these are the dot cards right here that I'm going to be shipping for everybody to do the shipping test. I am sending out the ones where like my paint went blur, and so they're not as pretty as the ones that I have at markets. But I didn't figure anybody would mind. It's just knowing that they get there safely is basically what I'm trying to figure out right now. Oh, and the other thing I was going to show you guys right here. So this right here is my little pan. Now you can see when I talk about filling slowly, this is what this is what happens. This is why you then add a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, because it does this. This is yard violets right here. Made that pretty green. Right here is dandelions. It's a really soft buttery yellow. This is henbit here, kind of made this shade of green. This is dead nettle, made this like really pale yellow. And I tried some beets just to see what beets would do. And they made like a brown, like a little soft beige. So my light, let me turn on the light over here. It'll actually help you see that better. The light's not on. There we go. Get some more light. More light to see the colors. But yeah, those are colors there. Here are the ones we did yesterday. So they'll need a second fill, as well as some others that I'm finishing up right now to get ready. So again, more stuff that you guys don't typically see on the stream that I do right here. Yeah, so these are watercolors. My table right now, my desk, my table, it is my kitchen table, is divided with watercolors on this side, gouache on that side, so I can keep track of what's what. So I'm trying to get you guys so I can see chat easily and you guys can see what I'm doing. That is the forever. Let's move all you guys here now. I'm getting my gouaches from that I just made and bring them over. And my coffee. So we're gonna sit down for a minute. And we're gonna fill these. And then I also need my notebook. Great, thank you. Notebook and pen. Because today we're filling a new one. We haven't done this one before. The Blue Ridge palette I haven't created before. So they're all pigments that are sourced from the Blue Ridge Mountains, which I think is like super cool. Like I've wanted to do this palette. Okay. I am like, I set this up right on the leg of the table. We're going to move down just a little bit so I'm not on the leg. Here we go. Let's get you guys here. So I can work, I can see, you can see. Everybody's happy that way. So this is Earth and Ochre. This is the 6. It does come in a 12. I don't have one sitting right here right now. I don't think. Let's see. All I have up here are the misprints. So hold on. Let's see if I've got an Earth and Ochre. I do right here. Cool. So you can see here's the 12. I am going to be switching out the Verona Green Earth for a blue that I've sourced a blue earth. So there'll be a blue in the palette, which I'm like really excited about. So that we'll have this fun, like we'll have red, we'll like have all the colors, a red, an orange, a yellow, both a light and an ochre there with the green, and then blue, violet, and then some more of your more standard ochres. So a fun one there. But yeah, so let's pull the colors I need right now. I know I need Venetian red. Where are you, Venetian red? There's violet hematite, that's in there. The kosher green's in there. There's Venetian red. Okay, I think I found where they're all sitting. Lemon ochre and love orange. We were on orange. I call it love orange. Love orange, I'm going to do first because it likes the kind of bubble and blork a little bit. Let's get, while I am sitting here, we're going to get a paper plate to work on and a napkin to open over. But yeah, these little tins right here that these go in, that has been one of the more difficult things to reorder. I thought they were like a standard size, and I have learned that they are not. Okay, so this guy, now that I'm opening him, will expand a little. So see, right there. I don't know if you guys saw it, it popped up a little bit. I wasn't on camera real well. So there we go. All I'm gonna do, I'll show you guys here. We'll zoom in. You guys can see pretty well. I'm just gonna go like this and add a little drop of paint. And I just keep repeating this process until they're full. So you see, it's not a lot of work, but I have to let these dry. I'm adding a teeny bit more. There we go. I think I have straight pens there in the other room. I gotta get the straight pens. Just a little reminder, at 50 likes, we get to go outside. But we set the goal at 75. I'll go let you guys hear me play cello for a minute. I have never played cello online. Well, technically there have been live streams of me playing, but it was the place, not me, live streaming it or recording it. Okay, so I'm just kind of getting the color to go around. Right here, it'll kind of sink into the little crevices. This is where the straight pens come in handy because they keep it neat. Trying to do a palette knife to do this doesn't work real well. Come on, trying to. Okay. You're doing out of my 80s music book? Maybe we will play out of the 80s music book. I've got to tune first. It's been a minute since I tuned, so we will get to use the new tuner, that is for sure. Look how quick, like that guy's already, like I put a drop in there and it's already trying to dry. Put another little drop in there, just kind of help fill in. Oh, it helps to have it open if you want to get a dot of paint out. Just FYI, guys, open the container. There we go. And there's an air bubble in there. Can you guys see it? It's going, it's got like a little hump. That's an air bubble. Part of the reason why I use the straight pens is to get the air bubbles out. There we go. It popped on its own. Cool. It took care of itself. Score. Okay. So that's all the Luberon Aura orange. I'm getting Luberon orange ochre. We're going to kind of, I'm going to move all these guys to where they're all at the end. For now. So I don't have to hunt them down again next time. Is the device plugged in? Is the bottle open? Yeah, exactly, Shrubs. Same theory. Okay, this has a Castle Earth in it too. And the Castle Earth, I didn't get it out. There's, it was right here. I'm gonna do Castle Earth next just because it's a thicker one. And I'm doing the hard ones first. And we'll do the easy ones. You'll see. There we go. Castle Earth is in. Spread her out. It will shrink a ton. This is also a big shrinker. There we go. Nicely smoothed out there. Castle Earth done. Next, we'll just work our way back out. Violet hematite. Open over here. Try to keep this and see well. So you can see what I'm doing. Open it over here. Goodness. I had to move these, and so when I moved them, you can see they get a little loose sometimes and they have to be put back because these are still drying. They have a little bit of room in their container, just right. There we go. Okay, Blue Ridge Violet Hematite. Great color here. Do we have a little dry? I think we may have a little bit dried on top. That happens. There we go, one. There we go. Now spread it out. Kind of nice. I don't normally get to sit on stream. I'm beginning to sit here. Okay, get this guy. So I'm going to start working on getting B lists for these. So I have A list and B list so that you can get the full 12 colors that are on the dot card. in these. Right now, the dot card has more colors than the little palette, so you can order, well, at the store, at the shows, you'll be able to get them. There we are. There is that. Next, we will go with the lemon ochre, a bright cherry color. There we go. Those like dropped perfectly. I don't know what happened. Like those are the ones I wish I was like recording the short right there when they dropped that well. It was like they all just kind of magically like did their whole little thing. If when they all pack when like the package is perfect, they look like little M&Ms, which is what I shoot for. Is I want like cute little M&Ms, even though they're clearly not food. These are paints. Do not eat. Bad, like as tempting as it would be, do not. So I'm spreading it out, even though they look like cute little drops right now. Because if I don't, it separates from the edges. And we don't want it to separate from the edges. We want it to get all the way down and fill this little well. There we go. Next, Venetian red. I like Venetian red too. There's so many of these colors I really, really like. And if you're wondering what I'm doing in the morning before stream, it's typically this. Because this is how I figure out what colors I need. Okay. And then we just have to add the green. And the Nicosia green is so much better than the Verona, by the way, in watercolor. I have both. I'm not going to continue to carry the Verona. I've made that call. So once the supply is gone, Skittles, you see Skittles, JMO, I could see that too, especially the brighter colors. I don't have any of the brighter palettes up here. We're going to fill brighter ones here in a minute because we're going to do some of the Van Gogh. And when you see the brighter palettes, you're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Shake, get the dry off, open over here because sometimes they like to expand. One. There we go. And the great thing is because I'm filling these with so much time, I can let them like dry for a full 2 days before I revisit them, which is ideal. They can dry slow. And I'm fortunate I have space. There's that. Let's get this guy spread out. I'm realizing I'm off camera for you guys. There we go. I'm down in the chat at least. I try to stay out of the chat for the action. And one more, and then we let them sit. The love orange I'm gonna have to work with a little bit, but that's okay. There we are. There is that little cute little earth and ochre. Look how cute it is. Isn't it adorable? They're such happy colors. And for all of these to be like completely natural pigments. Like none of these are synthetics. These are all natural. Oh, I didn't get this one. That's what blows my mind. Like these are like so bright and happy. And I'm not changing this one when I get the blue in. I've just like I was trying to decide because the Castle Earth is in this one. And I decided to leave it. So the blue, when I get the blue earth in, the bog blue, it will be in the B. So it kind of gives people a reason to get the B. So I'm going to scoot these over here now off camera. And we'll work. Oh, I put away the Blue Ridge Violet Hematite right here because this goes in this set too. New set, guys. I've got to figure out the order. Okay. So I need to get, where are you? Blue Ridge Raw Umber right there. So this one, yes, it's going to be a lot of browns kind of on this. You missed the red, spreading it out. Oh, the red spread out okay. I've got a couple of spots here. So I didn't bother so much on the orange either. Some of them are a little thinner than others just by the nature of the pigment. See, like, look, like that guy I didn't even touch and it's good. This one spread out and that one did. Well, thanks for catching that. Candace, welcome in. JMO, Skittles. Shrubs think Skittles too. Okay, so we got to figure out the order for these. This is what I've got to kind of do. So we'll set this guy right here. So I kind of feel, if you guys can see, the color is fairly true here. And then this guy in the middle. So we've got this guy, which is technically a red, the burnt sienna. We've got the raw sienna, which is kind of in an orange. It's technically a yellow. This is a yellow right here. Realizing it wasn't closed all the way. Right here, this yellow ochre. And then these two are reds. Or sorry, one of them's a red, one's a brown. Let me go get my things. I think I'll check this. I know the violet hematite's a red. Oop, up the camera. And this guy is a brown PB. It is a PBR. Okay. So burnt sienna right here is technically a red. So I've got my two reds together. Raw sienna and yellow ochre are both the yellows. So this is a yellow, this is a yellow, and then this one's a brown, and this is a brown. So I think that's kind of, would you guys think that's like the natural way of having them sit? I think that's pretty good order. Let me get to my page where I have. Okay. I got Blue Ridge. It starts with burnt sienna. Then it goes to raw sienna, yellow ochre, burnt umber, violet hematite should be first. And then raw umber middle. There we go. That's got an order figured out. So let's get her in now. So start in the middle. There we go. First one in. I'm going to spread these around. This is a thicker guy. Again, the dark browns and the blacks tend to be really thick. They like their binding mediums. Doesn't matter so much as the first layer. It's what lays down on top of it, but this will hopefully. And these are the little palettes right here that I'm putting the paint in. I did design. They're plaster cast, treated with beeswax and mineral oil. In case you were wondering what these are made of, they are completely holding to the no plastics. Okay, get these out. I've got my desk is getting a little cramped right here. Okay, violet hematite, first spot. It's nice this. I was trying a 12 color as well at one point. And because it had 3 colors in the middle, it mattered like where you started on everything. And so it was a little more finicky to fill them in. These you don't have to matter. Any of the 5 could be 1. There we go. Next, we got the violet hematite done. Next, we got the burnt sienna. First time filling. You can see the bottle looks so clean because it's just been filled, and so there's like nothing on the edges. Like it looks so clean. It won't for long. This is where, like, a vibrating surface would be nice to kind of help it all settle in a little bit. Like the industrial ones are way more than I would need. It's like, how would I convert like something else? Okay, next we have the raw sienna. Looks really orange. I always say this, but these might be like M&M cookies. This color scape, I think more so than most because it's like the old school colors of M&Ms. Yeah, paint revolver, yeah. Is there a thing for this one? So this one is all of the ones going in this one are the Blue Ridge colors. So there's the pigments come from the Blue Ridge Mountains, which I am in Tennessee. I'm in Middle Tennessee, so a little bit further away, but something that has a lot of like bearing here, like a little bit more weight. Like it's cooler that they are semi-local. So yeah, so that's what this one is. It's only going to be available in a 6. So there's no 12 dot color for this palette for this one. But getting the pigments too is that I did not have any um I didn't have burnt sienna or burnt umber. And so I was like, oh, I need to add those in just in general. And so this allowed me to add those colors into the whole thing and make this palette. So it's like they did double duty. It's kind of nice to order pigments that I knew would fill multiple spots. Okay, there we go. The first fill is always a little bit of a mess. Then it like clean up once you put in a second layer and a third. It's like, oh, now I see where we're going. We're getting a lot cleaner. Okay, next we have a yellow with the yellow ochre. I didn't have a yellow ochre, which is kind of funny. I had a light and I had a lemon, which are slightly different. So this is a true yellow ochre here. There we go. We're gonna set all those up on top just so I can make sure. Yeah, I've got my colors have gone in the right order. In a minute, we're gonna switch sides, go to the other side of the table, and we will work on several of these, which one of them will be just doing this one again for gouache. This is a watercolor palette here. And then we've got the Van Gogh palette, which is those are two fun ones. I have Sunflowers and Starry Night. So there we go. And now the burnt umber. Make sure I close the lids. I have not been great about closing my lids. Oh, this guy's thick. I feel it shaking it right now. And this is a color I've carried for a while right here. But yeah, or no, burnt umber. This one's the new one. This is a new one. It is thick. Van Goghs have been super popular. Yeah, most people really like those. I don't think I didn't. Okay, there we go. We are all in. I did not get this guy all mixed in right there. And don't worry if they're uneven filled. I'm going to be coming back to these a crazy amount and adding a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. They will even out. It's one of those weird worlds where actually doing like a little bit less is better in each one as I go because they dry better. Just looking at these colors here. Now this is the one I just did. I was like, which one did I just do? Oh, I missed one. Hey guys, hey Sky. It's like fall leaves. It is a lot like fall leaves. Like the music right now, I put on an 80s playlist, and this is like honestly, the music right now sounds like a sitcom that didn't make it. Oh, hi, Ada. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm getting ready to go refill my coffee and warm it back up. And then we're going to go do gouache paint now for a little bit. Okay. We're going to switch sides of the table. We're going to get more coffee. We're coming back over. I just want to see getting coffee here. This is the other side of the kitchen island that you guys don't normally get to see. There we go. Have some coffee. Oh, the brain fog is starting to lift, guys. Thank you guys for sitting down with me and filling palettes. It is more relaxing than standing and mixing paint. Okay. I'm gonna work over here now. Gotta figure out my setup. Because I'm a right-handed person. And this is now set up for a left-handed person. And that's gonna be difficult. Okay. I need this to go. Like I'm gonna have to like this is taking maybe I should have thought about this because this is taking more thought processing than I expected. This needs to go over here. Okay, I'm not over the leg. Score. This moves to here. This. This is here. And this is here. Okay, we're good. We've got it set up now. I need to go get more paint though, now that we got it set up. Because they're in the other room. Again, since we're still in construction in there, I have a lot of paint right here that I had to bring in. Here we are. That I'm going to need in there. That is all the Van Gogh set right there. That is the Van Gogh set. I don't have to do Earth and Ochre in this one because I've already got Earth and Ochre done. So I don't think we need the owners. We don't need that guy. We don't need that one. Yeah, I don't need these. Cool. We do need Blue Ridge, Blue Ridge, Blue Ridge. Do not need a tie in dark ochre right now. Need that one. Don't need yellow ochre right now. Or light yellow ochre, that guy. I don't need some earth right now. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I did open my package from yesterday, and I ordered the wrong size of my little tins again. So I've already sent them back and reordered again. But the paper was the right paper. So I accidentally ordered 5x7 sheets the first time around, thinking I was ordering full size sheets of watercolor paper. There's full size sheets of watercolor paper. So that has now been fixed. And then also I've got yeah, that was in that one. And then I had more of the bottles, these little guys that I used to store paint, since I was running out of those. So I didn't get the paint in the other room. I got distracted, Sky. 9 more likes to 40. We are getting there. Slowly but surely. I've only got 29 on my screen, but I trust you, Shrubs. And there's, oh, here's the little guys right here too. This was a miss, or I accidentally dripped color, but what they look like on a dot card. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna pick these up. We're gonna have to make 2 trips. This is me trying to carry paint in a most precarious manner. I'll set that over here, so I don't have to hunt them down later. And I'm gonna have to look up the order. The order's on my dot card, which is nice. Need to order. I know it was not expensive, which is great. I'm not gonna pretend it's like Arches quality or anything like that, but for what I do, it works. Yes, look at my pants today. My pants are like really crazy. Okay, there we go. All the paints are in. Now we can fill. I know, I was happy to finally get like a giant order like that. And for me, it's going to save me a little bit of cutting because I was able to order it in 9.5 by 11. I've had to order 9 by 12 or 8.5 by 11. And all of my documents are formatted for 8.5 by 11, but I was actually able to order that and I don't have to cut it to get it down to size to go through my printer. So I was excited about that. Okay, so first we're gonna do our Blue Ridge right here. We're getting a little foggy again. Okay. Raw umber went in the middle. Then we did violet hematite and burnt sienna. There we go. There's my order. I've got them ordered. Okay. Shake up the raw umber. And these are all gouache now. So it'll be really similar. The process here is pretty much identical. This guy is not wanting to squeeze out. Come on. Whoa! Oh gosh. That just happened. It didn't want to come out, and then it did. Okay. I do not make it acrylic paints. They go against kind of my plastic philosophy because acrylic paint is plastic. It polymerizes on the canvas. There we go. This off and then we'll clean that one palette up. The good news is it will clean. It's giving ketchup bottle. Yeah. There is a company that claims to be like making a natural acrylic. Um, but the whole difficult thing is it doesn't matter necessarily the sourcing. Like if it polymerizes, and that will then degrade into microplastics. So a bioplastic is still a plastic, in other words. It's just not sourced from. Okay, I'm gonna go get Q-tips real quick and we'll get this cleaned up. It's like I've had to clean up messes like this before. Okay, that guy will be fine. Now this guy's gonna be a little trickier, but he's clean upable. Okay, now I'm gonna get a wet one and we will get it all cleaned up and it'll be done. And then once this all dries, I can scrape off the extra will just scrape off the plaster. There we go. That'll work for now. We're all good. I prefer drawing over painting, but I love anything that's artistic. If I paint using watercolor, but my guilty pleasures, yeah, peeling acrylic paint. There is something I can say that like having like clean your palette and peeling the acrylic paint off of it is satisfying. I will agree with that. All good. Well, we fixed it. That's part of it. Like art isn't about not making mistakes. It's about knowing how to fix the mistakes that you make. Okay. There we go. Oh, that's just that. There's times where they like draw like really, really satisfying. That was one of those moments, guys. those like filled like a dream. I'm just gonna let those go. They filled so well. Let's see if this one fills just as well. A little thicker, but still filled well. Yeah, paint drop moment. It's always really, really satisfying. I'm just gonna fill them all, then we'll clean them up. When they do well, it's like it's so satisfying. There we go. These are not the tester. These are the actual little art palettes I send out. The testers look like this. The samples are the dot cards like this. This has a whole lot more paint in it. Because these all come back and you add a little bit more and a little bit more because these dry. There we go. There we go. There is that one done. Let's get these all. They look pretty. They're all in there. They're all happy. I think they'll dry fine. I'm gonna let them sit. We'll come back to those in a little while. Okay. We're gonna get to the Van Gogh now, guys. The Van Goghs are the ones that are really fun. And I need to get my so I know the order that they go. Okay. This tells me my order. So black goes in the middle, the colors on the outside, white goes in the middle, the colors on the outside. It's like I spent time coming up with exactly how I wanted the order to be. This got a little there we go, a little dust or something. So we're gonna do 5 Starry Nights. I'll start with the black oxide right here, which I was reading about my paints today. And this black oxide is sourced from France. So it comes from France for those of you who are a little bit older than me and remember cone heads. There we go. Bye, Sky. Hope you have a wonderful day. Okay, next yellow. Bright, bright yellow in the sky. And it just proves why you don't open paint over your things, because sometimes with temperature fluctuations, they like to expand a little in the bottle. This is just putting out bubbles. I just shook it. It's like it's all bubble. There we go, the bubble broke. There we go. We'll probably have to come back in and pop bubbles on that one. Next, cobalt green dark. This is real cobalt. This is my, believe it or not, guys, right here, this is my most expensive paint out of all the ones I make. This one's pigment cost is a lot. I'm gonna shake it a little bit more, really mix it up. It's been sitting for a little bit. There we go. There we go. Next is cobalt blue. Okay, and then ultramarine blue, my favorite blue. Then we're gonna Prussian blue, guys. It's a lovely color. It's a pain in the rear to make, but you'll see it's so pretty. There we go. There are all of those in. You guys a little closer so you can pop some bubbles here for a second. Just trying the cobalt yellow to kind of make sure no bubbles are hiding because that one wanted to bubble quite a bit. There we go. No hiding bubbles. Like that ultramarine looked like it had a bubble. There we are. Okay, so there are those all done. So there's Starry Night. And then next we will do sunflowers. This one starts with Mars Crimson. Actually, we're going to put the titanium white in first. Titanium white can be a little difficult to squeeze out because it just acts a little different. It's built different, guys. These have a lot of air bubbles. Like it's funny, the giant air bubble. We all got an air bubble dome at the top. Come on. Try to get them to I want to pop. There we go. Next, now we go with the Mars Crimson. There we go, Mars Crimson. Set it all the way to the top. It makes it easier for me. There we go, Mars Crimson. Next, we'll do Mars Orange. Okay, Mars Orange done. Next, Mars Yellow. I feel like we're living on Mars with these colors. I have been looking at like, see if I could get 6 colors together to do like a Life on Mars palette. I thought that might be fun. There we go. Those have air. Got to pop some air bubbles here in a second. Next, chromium oxide green, also known as the color of money, guys. There we go. And cobalt turquoise. This is also a really nice color. It's super opaque. Like its coverage is amazing. Okay. There we go. Pop the bubbles. Come on. These bubbles are so small, they don't want to pop. There we go. Okay, there we are, guys. Look. Let's go over. So we've got those and these little palettes being made. The violet hematite on top here, guys. There we go. Palettes made. They have been started. Okay, I need to dot cards. Double tap the screen. That's right, if you're enjoying. This is the next step after paint making today. What then happens? We also need to fill pans. The dot cards won't, I don't think, film well. So we'll wait on those. We can go fill pans. We're gonna go back to the other side of the table, guys. Other side of the table to fill half pans. Back over here. I'm gonna swap. Now, can I do this gracefully? That is the question. I'm gonna bring over half pans. I'm going to move. This is part of the reason I keep these on these mats on my table is so I can do this. I can scoot and move like that. Aside from protecting my table. There we go. I got some half pans here. Several of them are done. Just need to kind of go through and see. I'm not, these guys are done over here, so I don't have anything to do with those. So this is just, I just need a spot to store them because I don't have a good spot to put them yet. So we're gonna be doing these guys right here. This first one is burnt umber. I just overfilled. It came out faster. I've got my palette knife over here. I can get it. There we go. We're gonna scoop out a little bit there and move it. Try to help you guys see as much as possible here. Whoop. Okay, so you guys see what happens here. When they shrink, they get a little loose. There we go. So I push it into the edges, seal that up. Yeah, this shrunk way more than I would have thought. There we go. That's got that pretty well filled in. There we go, fill in the edges. Probably gonna need to make more of these tomorrow. Judging by how much is still here. Yeah. That guy's gonna need a little bit of love later. Okay. Next, we've got the burnt sienna. I just switched back to 1080 again. It's so funny this trying to, it wants you to watch in 480, you know? Nothing like watching. This is burnt sienna. No, that's not. Oh, crud, guys. I just messed up. Okay. Don't panic. It's still wet. We can fix it. Number one, I don't want to waste the paint. This goes in here. Next, the Q-tips. Q-tips always to the rescue. I can get it out. Uh, I didn't check the swatch. I should have checked the swatch. Hydro on the paint. I know, right? Super. Q-tip, hold on just a second. Okay, there's one cleaned up. I'll clean the other one. I am putting this one. So the top one on these is always the one that goes to my palette, which isn't the neatest. Okay, we're gonna go over to the sink now and clean the other one. There we go. I just need to clean the inside of the container here. Another wet Q-tip. Just glad I didn't do it. Yeah. Hang tight. Yeah, we'll get through this together. We will get through this together. It's not the first time it has happened. I'm sure it's not the last. I'm at this thing real quick. And there we go. Saved. We've cleaned it. We've cleaned them. Again, the top one's mine, so if it's a little messed up, it doesn't matter. We're now getting the right one right here. There we go. Put a little bit of mine up here. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna have to make more tomorrow. That's no problem. Gives us something to do tomorrow. We'll be making more paint. That's kind of, this guy's a little bit of a mess. There we go. Blame it on migraines, yeah. There we go. Spread it out. It just needs extra love. It's going to be fine. It's one of those things, like, you want it to look really pretty in the package, but once you start using these, like, they don't stay pretty. Try as you might, they do not stay pretty. So, there we go. Spread out. That one's going to need. Okay, there's that done. Next color is the one I just thought I was doing. Look at that. That color looks right now, doesn't it? Yeah, amazing. Okay. Spread her out. This one I didn't spread out real great the first time around. This music is killing me. I was trying to have like a fun 80s retro. And I'm going to be honest, the way this guy sounds, it feels like I'm stuck in a Hobby Lobby with the bad music playing. I'm glad you can't hear the music. I'm really glad you can't hear it. Shrubs, be glad. Yeah, we're gonna have to make a little bit more there. And then the yellow ochre. There we go. Okay, there we are. I know this isn't normal paint making content, guys, but it's the jobs that need to be done right now. Thank you guys for sticking with me while I'm working on other things. I'm not doing a very good job staying on camera, I'm realizing that. Hey, every job has its, yeah, less glamorous moments. Although you guys got to see that this part can be a little more high stress sometimes. Yeah, these are definitely the bits most people don't see, what it's like to fill half pans. When I'm doing all of them, guys, because you look, I'm catching up. All of those trays are filled with half pans right there. Uh, for me, getting my watercolor line caught up to the gouache line so that I have like the same colors in both lines. And I've been working on those for a while, getting them completely done. But when I'm filling all of them, it's a good hour's work every day to get them done. It's not fast, but this top tray is almost done. Okay, I'm gonna kind of show you guys. These are getting to a finish spot. I'm gonna zoom out here so you guys can see the whole tray. But like this guy right here, you can see I just kind of scrape off the paint. And he looks nice and finished now. Just gonna scrape it off, get it nice and neat. And you can see when they're all nice and filled, they end like at the end, they all end up nice and even. I'm just cleaning the edges right now. It helps me also see which ones are pretty close to done. Helps me see the edge, which I might need a little more filling. Hey, I don't know how to say your name. You're my neighbor. Awesome. Welcome in. The name I notice is Chivo, which I know is Spanish for goat, I think. My Spanish is not great, but welcome in. Glad you're my neighbor. So, so welcome in. Okay, cleaning up these half pans right now. I can see a little bit more easily how much more they need in them. Most of them are getting really close to finished, if they're not finished already. Like these guys, they're done right there. No, they're not. Okay. Anyway. Okay, let's see here now. Let's clean this guy. There's one. This one, is this one? Yeah, this is Castle Earth, by the way, if you guys want to see how it kind of dries. I work to clean it up here, make these super cute. So we got pretty. There we go. Oh, I got dust on this. The good news is this is just dust. It blows right off. That guy's gonna need a little bit more. It's always hard when you reach like the very end. It's like, does it need more or is it good? Does it need more or is it good? I typically add more. I would rather have too much paint in than not enough. But once they're clean, they look so cute, guys. There we go. There's those all cleaned up. The next tray, these I did last batch. This next tray is still gonna be a little bit more because it wasn't in the first round. This is one of the first rounds because these are almost finished. Look, Venetian red done right there. That looks so pretty. Okay, remember when I talked about Nicosia? This is the Nicosia, this is the Verona. So you see the difference for how they behave. And Mars yellow, see how much it shrinks? It shrinks so much. I'm gonna scrape these not over the other paints. Make them look nice and pretty. This is yellow. This is the lemon ochre right here. Most of these are like pretty much done. I still want to let them cure a couple more days. Yeah, those are. Oh, there's a little bit right there. Boop. Now to clean up the purple. This is ultramarine violet, by the way, color I adore. I really do like the purples. The sides are a little dirty. Get those cleaned up. And then this guy, clean it up. The ones I'm making just because, not because I'm finishing them out. They are getting discontinued. There we go. Looking pretty good here. This one, you guys will see. This is a dry piece in it. That is not actually on the paint. There we go. Okay, these are just going to need more filling. They just are. That's going to take time. I think I'm going to call it right here. We've been going for 3 hours. It's a good long stream. Let's flip it around here. Hi guys, you can see it is like messy hair day. It is up in a messy pony. We are a mess of hair. Anyway, that is it for today. It's been fun getting to hang out with you. White paint. Thank you for being patient with me while I've got the migraine. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be making more paint because I'm now seeing which ones I need to fill. So I've enjoyed getting to hang out with you. Make sure you hit the like if you've enjoyed it, and subscribe and notifications if you want to come along and get to see more paint making. So look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.